Welcome, everyone. If you've ever felt like English is hard, if you've ever tried to speak but the words just didn't come out, if you understand English but can't express your thoughts, if you feel stuck, lost, or frustrated with slow progress, then stop everything and listen very carefully. Because this video is not just another tutorial. It's not just some grammar class. This is the most important video you will ever watch for learning English. And if you truly listen till the end, it might change your life. You are about to learn how to train your brain for English. Yes, not just learn, but reprogram your brain to think, react, speak, and feel in English. Naturally, because here's the truth that no one told you. Fluency is not about how many words you know. It's about how your brain reacts in real time. It's not about your memory. It's about your mindset. It's not about perfection. It's about training your brain to become the kind of person who speaks English every day, without fear, without hesitation, without translation. This video will teach you how, step by step, in the most powerful, clear, and motivational way possible. So if you've ever dreamed of speaking English fluently, confidently, and freely, this is the beginning of that dream. Don't skip. Don't pause. Listen till the very end. And if you find this video even 1% helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Because here, we don't just teach English, we transform lives. Let's begin. Step 1. Reset your mind. English is not a subject. The root of the problem. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you're not fluent yet? Why do you feel nervous when speaking English? Why do you keep forgetting words, even after memorizing them? Why do you translate everything in your head before speaking? It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not smart enough. The real reason is deeper. The real reason is this. Your brain still believes English is a school subject. Let that sink in. Since childhood, you were taught English like mathematics or history. Rules, tests, marks, fear, pressure, perfection, memorization, silence. This trained your brain to see English as something to be studied, not something to be lived. And that belief has become your biggest enemy. Because when your brain thinks something is a subject, it becomes serious and scared. It focuses on correctness instead of communication. It waits for a teacher instead of training itself. It wants to memorize instead of experience. This is the prison you're stuck in. And if you don't destroy this belief, no amount of practice will make you fluent. Because fluency doesn't live in books. It lives in your brain, your mouth, your daily life. Look at a child who grows up in an English-speaking country. They never study grammar rules. They never memorize vocabulary lists. They never take spoken English classes. And yet, by the age of 5, they speak English fluently, naturally, effortlessly. How? Because their brain never thought English was a subject. It thought English was life. They used it to express hunger, happiness, pain, excitement. They used it to cry, to laugh, to demand, to share. They used it without fear, because it was part of their identity. That's the key. English is not something you learn. It's something you become. And to become it, you must reset your brain. So how do you actually reset your mind? Stop saying, I'm learning English. Start saying, I'm becoming an English speaker. Because your words control your identity. When you say, I'm learning, your brain stays in student mode. But when you say, I'm becoming, your brain shifts into transformation mode. You are not a student anymore. You are a speaker in training. Throw away the fear of mistakes. Fluent people make mistakes all the time, and they still keep talking. Your brain needs to feel safe when speaking. If your mind thinks, "What if I'm wrong?" it will shut down. Tell your brain, "I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be powerful." Mistakes don't block fluency. Silence does. Speak with courage. Speak with emotion. Speak with intention. Let the grammar fix itself over time. Right now, your goal is freedom. Disconnect English from exams. Never say, "I got 90 marks in English." Say, "I told my story in English today." Say, "I had a 5-minute conversation in English today." Marks don't matter. Communication does. Stop studying for exams. Start preparing for real life. Your goal is not a certificate. Your goal is to be able to order food in English, write a message in English, express your feelings in English, talk to strangers in English, and tell your story in English. That's real fluency. Make English part of your identity. Stop separating yourself from the language. Don't say, "I'm trying to learn English." Start saying, "English is part of me." Think of it like this. Do you learn your mother tongue every day? No, you live it. That's what you must do with English. You must feel, "I'm the kind of person who speaks in English, who thinks in English, who grows in English." This is not just learning. This is becoming. Start speaking, even if you're not ready. When you're afraid to speak because you think you're not ready, you're repeating the old pattern, the school subject pattern, the wait for teacher pattern, the don't talk until perfect pattern. Break it. Even if your English is broken, speak. Even if your sentences are short, speak. Even if you're scared, speak. The brain doesn't grow when you wait. It grows when you act. Your brain will never learn English fluently if it still believes English is just another school subject. You have to rewire it. You have to reset it. You have to remove all fear, all pressure, all perfection. Because fluency doesn't begin with grammar. It begins with a decision. From this moment on, English is not a subject I study. It is a language I speak. It is a part of who I am. And I will not stop until my brain accepts that truth. Step 2. Input first. Feed your brain like a baby. Before I explain this step, let me start with a simple truth. Every fluent English speaker in the world, every single one, learned English through input first. Not grammar, not writing, not memorizing rules, not repeating vocabulary lists. Every fluent human on this planet learned their first language by hearing it, again and again, long before speaking. This is not an opinion. This is not a motivational line. This is nature's blueprint for fluency. And when you follow nature, your brain learns faster than any method on the planet. So let me take you deep into this truth. Imagine a newborn child. Does the child learn by studying? Does the child memorize vocabulary? Does the child repeat grammar rules? Does the child worry about mistakes? Does the child say, "I will speak when I am perfect"? No. The child simply lives inside the language. They sit in a room where everyone speaks. They listen to voices. They absorb sounds. They hear rhythm, tone, emotion. They understand the world long before they understand the words. Fluency is built by immersion, not memorization. You learned your first language this way. That's why you don't think before speaking that language. You just speak. Your brain absorbed thousands of hours of input before producing even one clear word. That's the secret. Fluency is the result of input. Output is the reward. But most English learners do the opposite. They try to speak without listening. They try to form sentences without hearing enough sentences. They try to think in English without feeding the brain English. It's like trying to build a house without bricks. That's why Step 2 exists. To give your brain the raw material it needs to build fluency. Let me break something very important. Input does not mean watch English videos all day. It does not mean listen to English music while scrolling your phone. It does not mean play movies in the background. Input means something deeper, something that rewires the brain at a primal level. Input means this. Your brain must hear English in a focused, intentional, emotional way. Not passively, not carelessly, not half-heartedly. Your mind must process the sound. Your ears must catch the rhythm. Your heart must feel the tone. Your imagination must visualize the meaning. Input is not noise. Input is nourishment. Just like your body can't grow without food, your English cannot grow without meaningful sound. Most learners never become fluent because they refuse this step. They skip the natural process. They say things like, I want to speak first. I want fast results. I don't have time for listening. I don't understand everything. But the truth is, you don't need to understand 100% to grow. You need exposure, not perfection. Think of a baby again. They understand nothing at first. But slowly, the brain begins to recognize patterns. It notices structure. It understands emotion. It catches rhythm. That's how fluency is built. Your brain needs the same treatment. When you listen to English daily, your brain builds new neural pathways. Your ears become sensitive to English sounds. Your tongue learns from the rhythm. Your mouth shapes better pronunciation. Your memory starts recognizing patterns. Your thinking speed increases. Your confidence slowly rises. Listening literally rebuilds your brain architecture. When people say, I understand English, but I can't speak, it means their brain has not received enough input to produce output. Speaking is the final result. Listening is the foundation. You cannot skip the foundation and expect a perfect building. Choose the easiest English possible. Your brain learns faster with simple sentences. Short, clear, slow English creates strong foundations. If you start with fast English, your brain feels panic. Start simple. Grow strong. Then move up. Listen with your eyes closed for 3 minutes. Why? Because when you close your eyes, your brain moves into deep listening mode. You start imagining the meaning. This is how children learn. When your eyes are closed, your focus increases. Your brain processes sound better. Your imagination becomes active. Your mental pictures become stronger. Repeat the same audio again. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is powerful. Repetition creates mastery. When you listen the second time, meaning becomes clearer. Sentences feel familiar. Confidence grows. Your brain begins to own the language. Every repetition makes you faster. Whisper the words after listening. Not loudly, not clearly. Just whisper. Whispering activates your muscles without fear. Your brain feels safe. Your tongue learns the shape. Your mouth practices the rhythm. This is how you connect input to output. Make it emotional. If you want your brain to remember something, you must give it emotion. Listen to things you enjoy, feel connected to, feel inspired by, find meaningful, find emotional. Emotion is the glue that attaches English to your long-term memory. If English feels emotional, your brain holds it forever. This is not something you do for 1 week. This is not something you do only when you're free. This is not something you do when you feel like it. Input is your lifeline. Input is your foundation. Input is your lifeblood. If you want a fluent brain, you must feed it English every single day, just like your first language fed you every day. This is not optional. This is essential. This is nature's design. You cannot fight nature. You must follow it. Let me tell you what will happen if you follow step 2 consistently. After 7 days, you will feel more comfortable with English sound. After 14 days, your brain will begin thinking in easy English. After 21 days, you will start forming sentences without effort. After 30 days, your mouth will move more naturally. After 60 days, you will speak with confidence you never had before. After 90 days, you will shock yourself with your growth. Not because you memorized, not because you studied, but because you fed your brain properly, the way nature intended. Fluency is not magic, it is biology. And step 2 activates that biology. If you skip input, you skip fluency. If you choose input, you choose transformation. Your brain is ready. It wants to grow. It wants to absorb. It wants to evolve. It wants to become fluent. Feed it, fill it, strengthen it, train it. Because every minute you spend listening today makes you a better speaker tomorrow. Input is not learning. Input is evolution. Step 3. Emotion-based vocabulary. Remember words forever. Let's begin with something brutally honest. Most English learners know thousands of words, but they cannot use even 10% of them in real life. Because they've memorized words, but they've never internalized them. They've learned with their brain, but not with their body, emotion, or experience. So those words float in the mind like dry leaves. There, but not connected to anything real. And one day, they disappear. The result? You forget. You hesitate. You panic. You translate. And you feel like a failure. But the problem is not you. The problem is how you learned. Because memorizing vocabulary is the weakest method for fluency. Now it's time to replace it with the most powerful technique your brain understands. Emotion-based vocabulary learning. Let's do a little test. Think about the word apple. Do you see letters in your head? Do you see a dictionary definition? No, you see the fruit. You might remember the taste, the color, the smell, the crunch. You may remember giving it to a friend. You may remember eating it while walking home. You may feel a moment of childhood. That's how real memory works. Real memory is not based on data. It's based on emotion, imagery, and context. That's why we forget what we memorized for an exam, but we remember an emotional moment from 10 years ago. Your brain doesn't care about information. It cares about feelings. So when you connect vocabulary to emotion, your brain says, "Ah, this is important. This is real. I will never forget this." Let me show you how most English learners make the mistake. They open a book. They see the word hungry equals feeling of needing food. They repeat it 10 times. Hungry, hungry, hungry. They write it down in a list. They review it once a week. And then when they are actually hungry, they forget the word. Why? Because they never connected the word to their real life. They never created emotion. They never used it when it mattered. The brain doesn't care about repeating. The brain remembers what it feels. Now let me show you the most powerful way to train your vocabulary brain. A method so real, so emotional, so natural, that your brain will never let go of these words. Learn only 5 to 7 words per day. Maximum. You don't need 100 words a day. That's not fluency. That's torture. It's like eating 100 meals and digesting none. Instead, choose 5 meaningful words. Use deep learning. Make them part of your day. That's mastery. Visualize each word like a movie scene. Example word: nervous. Don't just define it. Close your eyes. Remember the day you felt nervous before an interview. See your hands shaking, feel your heartbeat, replay the moment. Now say, I was nervous that day. Say it again, with feeling. Say it like you're reliving it. Now your brain has a story, a picture, an emotion. You will never forget it. Speak the word inside a real sentence you care about. Never learn a word alone. Learn it in context. Not, delicious equals tasty. But, this pizza is so delicious I could eat it every day. Say it out loud. Smile while saying it. Imagine your favorite pizza. Now the word delicious is connected to your senses. That's real memory. Use the word in mirror talk. Go to your mirror. Look into your eyes. Use the new word to describe something real. I feel nervous about tomorrow's test. This tea is too bitter. My mother is generous. She always helps others. I'm exhausted today. When your mouth says the word and your reflection watches you say it, your brain marks the moment as important. It's like emotional flashcards, but real. Record your voice. Using the word in a story. Pick one word. Now build a 1-minute story around it. It doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be personal. Example word: jealous. Tell a story. One day I saw my friend get a promotion, and I felt a little jealous. Not because I hate them, but because I also wanted to grow. And that jealousy taught me something. I needed to improve myself. When you speak a word in your own story, you don't just remember it. You own it. Use spaced emotion repetition. Instead of repeating a word every day like a robot, review it emotionally every 2 to 3 days. Day 1. Learn it deeply. Day 3. Review it by feeling it again. Day 6. Use it again in a mirror or message. Day 10. Try using it with someone. This is called spaced repetition, but with emotion added. The most powerful combination in learning science. Let me show you the difference. Old method. You forget half your words within a week. You panic while speaking. You recognize words but cannot use them. Your vocabulary grows wide but not deep. New method. Emotion-based. You remember words for months and years. You feel confident using them in real conversation. Your vocabulary becomes part of your identity. Your brain builds strong memory links. You feel connected to English like never before. This is how you train your brain to love vocabulary. Every word you learn this way is not just a word. It's a part of your English personality. You're not just collecting words. You're building your voice. You're building your stories. You're building your future. Words are not information. They are your tools, your weapons, your freedom. Learn them with feeling. Learn them with meaning. Learn them with your life. That's how you become fluent. If you truly want to remember English words forever, you must stop memorizing them. Start feeling them. Because when your brain feels, your memory locks in. Your confidence rises. Your sentences flow. And your vocabulary becomes a living part of your identity. Let others study. You, my friend, are becoming. Step 4. Train your mouth like a muscle. Let's talk about a moment every English learner has faced. You know the word. You understand the sentence. You've heard it 100 times. But when it's your turn to speak, your tongue freezes. Your lips stay still. Your mind blanks out. Why does this happen? It's not because you're not smart. It's not because you haven't studied enough. It's because your mouth is not trained. You've trained your brain to recognize English, but you haven't trained your mouth to produce it. And that's the secret no one teaches in school. Fluency is physical. It's not just memory. It's not just understanding. It's muscle. If your mouth hasn't practiced moving in English, then your brain will hesitate, even if it knows everything. Just like knowing how to dance in your head doesn't mean your body can dance. Knowing English in your mind doesn't mean your mouth is ready to speak. You must understand something very real and very simple. Your mouth has been trained for your native language since you were a baby. The shape of your tongue, the position of your lips, the tension in your jaw. It has all been wired for your first language. But English is different. It has new rhythms, new vibrations, new sounds that your muscles are not used to. So when you speak English, your muscles feel awkward, weak, unsure. That's why you hesitate. That's why you pause. That's why you feel not fluent, because your brain is ready, but your mouth is not trained. That's why this step is the breakthrough. You must train your mouth like an athlete trains their body. And mouth training is not just speaking English. It is intentional, focused, daily practice to activate your mouth muscles, build pronunciation memory, increase speaking speed, build rhythm and fluency, remove fear from speaking, make English feel natural inside your body. This is not about learning what to say. This is about training how to say it. Because the more your mouth practices speaking English, the faster your brain will trust you to speak without fear. Think of someone going to the gym. They don't get strong by thinking about push-ups. They don't get fit by reading about squats. They get strong by doing the movement again and again, with effort, with sweat, with repetition. Now imagine your lips, your tongue, your voice, going through the same training. You don't speak clearly by just studying vocabulary. You speak clearly by repeating, stretching, correcting, and moving your mouth with real effort. Just like a workout. Your mouth has memory. Every sound you speak becomes easier the next time. Every sentence you repeat becomes faster. Every day you train makes the next day smoother. That is fluency muscle memory. Here is your daily English muscle workout. Each of these exercises is proven. Each one will change your fluency from the inside out. Shadow speaking, the echo method. Find a video or podcast in slow English. Play 5 seconds. Pause. Now repeat exactly what they said. Same tone, same rhythm, same speed. Do it again and again until you sound close. Why it works. Your mouth copies real native English movement. It builds fluency rhythm. It teaches sentence patterns without thinking. Tongue twister training. Say these aloud, slowly, 3 times each. Red lorry, yellow lorry. She sells seashells by the seashore. Truly rural. Why it works. These phrases push your mouth to move in complex ways. They make your tongue faster, smoother, more flexible. They break hesitation. Mirror talk with emotion. Stand in front of a mirror. Speak about your day for 3 minutes in English. Use emotion. Use hand gestures. Use full sentences. Pretend you're talking to a friend. Why it works. It makes you comfortable seeing yourself speak English. It builds confidence. It adds emotion to your words, making them more real. Record and compare yourself. Choose a short English video clip. Record yourself saying the same words. Then play the original and your version side by side. Listen to differences in speed, pronunciation, tone. Confidence. Then try again. Why it works. You become your own coach. You hear yourself like the world hears you. You grow with every attempt. Stretch your sentences. Take a simple sentence like, I want to go now. Say it 10 different ways. I want to go now. I really want to go now. I want to go now, okay? I said I want to go now. I don't want to go later. I want to go now. Each time you stretch the sentence, your brain learns how English flows, and your mouth learns how to express variations with ease. This is powerful. You don't need hours. You need consistency. Start with just 10 minutes a day. Make it intense. Make it focused. Make it loud. Speak with effort, not laziness. Fluency is not quiet. Fluency is full body action. And slowly, your tongue will move on its own. Your lips will shape the words before you think. Your confidence will rise. Your fear will disappear. Because now, you're not just learning English. You're training to become a speaker. If you train your mouth every day, you will begin to feel faster sentences, stronger voice, natural rhythm, better pronunciation, deeper confidence, fluency that feels part of your body. You will stop saying, I know what to say, but I can't say it. Instead, you'll start saying, don't even think about it. It just comes out. That's fluency. That's flow. That's the result of muscle training. If your mouth is silent, your fluency dies. You cannot become a speaker by listening alone. You must speak. You must stretch. You must sweat. You must train. Fluency is not just in your mind. It's in your mouth. And the only way to unlock it is by using it again and again. Train your mouth. Move your lips. Raise your voice. Repeat your words. Feel the rhythm. Own the sound. And soon, English will not just live in your brain. It will live in your voice. Step 5. Speak with your brain, not your memory. Most learners are trying to translate every sentence from their native language to English in their head before they speak. They think, how do I say this in English? Is this the correct grammar? What was that word again? Let me remember the rule. And by the time they find the answer, the moment is gone. The conversation has moved on. Their confidence is broken, and their fluency is silent. That's because they're still using memory. But memory is slow. Fluency is fast. And if you're stuck in translation mode, you'll never become fluent. Because your brain is working in the wrong language. That's why this step is not optional. It is essential. You must stop thinking in your native language and start thinking directly in English. This is not about being perfect. This is about being natural. Thinking in English doesn't mean writing essays in your mind. It doesn't mean complex vocabulary or long sentences. It means something much simpler and deeper. It means your first reaction is in English. It means your feelings appear as English words. It means your thoughts are already ready to speak before you try. It means you are living inside English, not translating into it. When your brain starts reacting in English, fluency begins to rise automatically. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, you stretch your arms, and instead of thinking in your native language, you think, I want to sleep a little more. That is fluency. That is freedom. That is thinking in English. When you think in your native language and then try to speak in English, your brain is doing double work. First, it builds the sentence in your own language. Then it searches for the English version. Then it checks grammar. Then it organizes the words. Then it moves it to your mouth. And by that time, your confidence is gone. Your sentence is broken. your fear is back, and your fluency is lost. But when you think directly in English, there is no translation, there is no delay, there is no fear. The thought becomes a sentence. The sentence becomes speech. The speech becomes fluency. This is where fluency lives. They say, "But I can't think in English because I don't know enough words." That is completely wrong. You don't need big words to think in English. You need small, clear, emotional, everyday words. Think like this. I'm tired. It's raining. I'm hungry. I feel nervous. I want to rest. I love this movie. This is beautiful. I'm late. Let's go. I forgot. I made a mistake. These are not exam sentences. These are real thoughts. This is how the brain starts speaking. Fluency is not born in your notebook. Fluency is born in your internal dialogue. This is your daily fluency training plan. Follow it, and your brain will begin switching languages on its own. Narrate your life in simple English. Every action you do, say it in English. In your mind. Like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. I'm looking at my phone. I'm feeling sleepy. I need to charge my laptop. Where are my shoes? Let me sit down. Say these in your mind as you do them. Even whisper them if you can. This is the most powerful way to turn real life into a fluency gym. Talk to yourself in English. You can say, "What should I do today? Let me check the weather. I'll go to the store first. I need to call my friend. I'm not in the mood today. Let's take a break." You're not crazy, you're training. You're building your English brain. Use object naming practice. Look around your room, say, "This is a chair. That's my phone. These are my shoes. The fan is spinning. The light is on. The window is closed." This connects your physical world to your English thoughts. It rewires your environment into fluency. Build English thought chains. Don't stop at one sentence. Add more, like a story in your head. For example, I'm feeling tired. I slept late last night. I was watching a movie. It finished at 1 a.m., but it was really good. Now I want coffee. You see what's happening? You're creating a flow. And when your thoughts start flowing in English, your speaking will follow automatically. Create a fluency zone time every day. Set a timer for 15 minutes. During that time, no matter what you're doing, you only think in English. You could be walking, you could be cooking, you could be resting, but your brain is inside English. Do this daily. It's like a gym for your brain. After 7 days, you will start using easy English words naturally. Your brain will stop panicking. After 14 days, you will stop translating. You'll react faster. After 30 days, you'll start speaking without planning. After 60 days, you'll feel like English is a natural part of your inner world. And that's when the biggest change happens. You're no longer a student of English. You're a thinker in English. You're a speaker in the making. You're a living example of fluency. If you don't think in English, you'll always be stuck in translation. You'll always be slow. You'll always be nervous. You'll always feel like English is foreign. But if you follow this step, if you narrate your life, if you react in English, if you train your thoughts daily, then one day you'll be walking on the street. You'll see a moment. And without effort, your brain will say, "Wow, that's beautiful. I love this weather. I'm so lucky today." And when that happens, you'll realize something amazing. I didn't think in my language. I didn't translate. I just felt it in English, naturally, freely, fluently. Step 6. Build fluency and confidence better. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and spoken to yourself in English? Not just a few words, but full sentences, with real emotions, with full eye contact. Like you're speaking to someone you love, or someone you want to inspire. That's called mirror talk, and it's one of the most powerful fluency tools in the world. Because in that mirror, something magical happens. You are both the speaker and the listener. You are both the student and the teacher. You are both the audience and the performer. And most importantly, you are finally free to speak without fear of judgment. Mirror talk is not just about practice. It is about rebuilding your confidence in your own voice. And once you do that, no one in the world can stop your fluency. When you speak in front of the mirror, you see your own expression. You hear your own voice. You feel your own body language. You build your fluency muscles. You create your own conversation environment. You stop caring about grammar and start focusing on flow. You also teach your brain, it's okay to speak. It's safe. I'm not being judged. I'm practicing for real life. Over time, your mirror becomes your training partner. It becomes your audience, your teacher, your reflection of growth. They try to become fluent by memorizing, writing notes, watching videos, listening quietly, reading silently, thinking but never speaking. But fluency lives in your voice. And if your mouth doesn't move, your fluency never wakes up. Mirror talk forces your mouth to move. It forces your eyes to focus. It forces your thoughts into spoken words. And it creates the missing connection. Confidence plus expression equals true fluency. Here's how to make mirror talk the most life-changing part of your day. Stand tall and face yourself. Don't sit. Don't slouch. Stand with strength. Face yourself with presence. Look into your own eyes, like you're about to give the most important speech of your life. Because you are. Start with simple truth sentences. You don't need big words. You need honest words. Say, I want to speak English fluently. I'm training every day to become better. I know I'm improving. I'm not afraid of mistakes. I believe in myself. Say these slowly, clearly, with emotion. Let your voice carry your truth. Talk about your day in English. Tell your reflection what happened. I woke up at 7 today. I felt lazy at first. Then I made some coffee. I watched a short video in English. Now I'm here, practicing again. I'm proud of myself for not giving up. Keep going. The mirror won't interrupt. It won't laugh. It won't judge. It will listen and help you grow. Describe your emotions in English. This is where your fluency becomes powerful. Say, I'm feeling tired, but I still want to improve. I'm nervous about my interview tomorrow. I'm excited about my progress. Sometimes I feel stuck, but I won't give up. I'm getting stronger every day. Emotion builds memory. Emotion builds fluency. Emotion builds you. Use hand gestures and facial expression. Fluency is not only in your voice, it's in your face, your hands, your energy. Speak with passion. Smile when you say happy things. Frown when you express frustration. Use your hands to move with your words. This teaches your brain that English is not just words. It's a full body language. Practice real conversations. Imagine someone is standing in front of you. Maybe your best friend, or a stranger, or a future client. Now practice both sides of the conversation. You. Hey, how are you doing? Them. I'm good. You? You? I'm doing great. I've been working on my English lately. Them. Really? That's awesome. You? Yeah, it's been a challenge, but I'm getting better every day. This trains your brain to handle real situations before you ever step into them. Record your mirror talk once a week. Pick one day. Record yourself speaking in the mirror for 2 to 3 minutes. Then listen to it later. You'll notice you're more confident than before. Your mistakes are fewer. Your speech is smoother. Your words come faster. Your tone is more natural. And you'll feel one thing more than anything else: pride, because you'll hear the sound of growth. What happens after 30 days of mirror talk? Your voice becomes stronger. Your hesitation disappears. You start believing in your ability. You develop real fluency under pressure. You build the muscle of expression. You prepare yourself for real conversations. And most importantly, you stop fearing English. You stop doubting yourself. You stop waiting. You stop hiding. Because you've now spoken to the one person that matters most: yourself. And that's where all confidence is born. The mirror doesn't judge you. It reflects you. It watches you grow. It holds your journey silently. And every word you speak in that mirror, every mistake you make, every truth you say, it all builds something far bigger than fluency. It builds belief. When you talk to yourself in English every day, you stop waiting for the world to validate you. You become your own teacher, your own partner, your own hero. And when the world finally hears your voice, you will be ready, because you've already spoken to yourself, in full truth, with full heart, in full English. You have completed step 6. You are no longer a silent dreamer. You are now a speaker, a doer, a believer. This is the new you. If this video is helping you, if you feel something changing inside you, if you're finally starting to believe that you can speak English, then don't stop here. Subscribe now, because this isn't just a channel. This is your training ground. This is where fluency begins. This